What's up, comic book fans, nerd fans, Batman fans, DC, Marvel? This last weekend, I got to go to Comic-Con 2018, and my adventure to Comic-Con was definitely a crazy story. And so I went to Reddit, and I was like, should I be the Conker King for Comic-Con? And Reddit blew up and said, absolutely. And I'm so glad I did. I probably had the funnest Comic-Con I've ever had. This was my 50th year going, and this was by far the funnest. My most creative costume by far, and everyone I talked to, or everyone that recognized me, loved it. And the people that questioned me were like, what are you? And I love that also. It was so much fun explaining who I was, and then I gave up ketchup packets to so many different people. I was Condiment King. I had to give up ketchup, right? No one would let me put ketchup on their food. Luckily, it was hot sauce, so you guys got lucky. So whatever, but I would have found it hilarious. But Comic-Con was such an amazing experience. Me and my fiance got to meet Redell, who is Batman Beyond, or Eric Matthews from Boy Meets World, which I've been a huge fan of Boy Meets World since the beginning, back in the 90s, and I love Batman Beyond. I think Batman Beyond is one of the only other people that should take up the Batman mantle other than Dick Grayson. No one else should be Batman. All right? That's just how I feel personally, though. The DC booth was phenomenal. We got to see close-ups of the Aquaman costumes. There was a giant Aquaman Lego statue, which I'm a huge Lego fan. That was awesome. And they had a booth for the DC Lego Villains game that comes out in a couple weeks. I didn't play it. I don't really like playing demos. I like to go into the game not really knowing anything. So I'm going to pick up the game when it comes out. I didn't really play it. I did look at some people creating costumes and stuff like that, and that was really, really cool. But the first surprise of the con, I went over to the DC booth because I knew that you got a grab bag if you subscribe to DC Universe, the app. And inside the grab bag is this heavy, really legit Robin pin. Like the Robin insignia pin, and that was worth going to the Comic-Con itself. Like I would have gone just for that, and that was cool. I actually had my fiance go up with my phone later on to someone else, and so we got two, and I gave one to my buddy who let us stay at his house because he liked it so much. Other things that happened, I got to meet Greg Capullo and Scott Snyder again. I went up to Tom King and questioned him about how he put Condiment King in a book 2 weeks before the convention when I was planning out my costume for about 2 months, and he just laughed. I want him to apologize, but that wasn't going to happen. He did tell me that Condiment King is going to be getting a sidekick, Mayo Boy, and I don't know if he's serious or not because he is a prankster and a jokester, but maybe Condiment King is getting a legit like comic book run, which, you know what, I guess I have to read it now. Like I picked Condiment King as a joke, but now he's kind of like a part of me and my culture. It seems like I'm now invested in this character, and I have to read that comic book. Literally just want to make this as a joke, and I took all these photos before the convention thinking like, oh, I'm not gonna be comfortable, but I'm so happy I went with that costume. There was this guy. Now this is the most surprising thing. There was this guy taking pictures. He had a very nice camera. He had one of those photo umbrellas and everything, and I had no idea who he was. But me and Lily sat down, and we were sitting there just like watching him take pictures. We were taking a rest. My fiance actually broke her foot days before, so she was walking around with a cane. At one point, we sat down, and this guy was taking pictures, and for 15 minutes, we're watching him go back and forth, take pictures of people. And eventually, we stood up, and he was like, "What are you?" And I'm like, "I'm Condiment King from DC." And he was like, "How come I don't know what you are?" And I was like, "Oh, he was a character from the cartoon back in the 90s. He was only a small part. No one knows him, and that's why I wanted to be this character." And he was like, "Can I take a picture of you?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." And
so here's the picture. Oh, yeah, this is I didn't know this guy was working for Getty Images. I just can't believe that he's trying to sell his picture for $500. What the hell? Wow. I mean, like, I should contact him and be like, "Can I get a free picture?" Right? But yeah, I'm on Getty Images. That's so funny.
That honestly is what was the biggest shock of the convention. Like I feel like every time I go to Comic-Con, there's always some kind of miracle or something that happens. The first year I was there too late to get Jim Lee's autograph, and I kind of just hopped the fence, and he signed my skateboard for me. Like I couldn't get him to sign my Hush book, but he signed my skateboard deck, which is Batman, and I'm so grateful for that. And then a couple years later, again, I was late due to traffic, and I couldn't get Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo's tickets, and I was like heartbroken. I was like, this convention's ruined for me. I was so upset. And then later on, I just saw them walking, and I stopped, and they talked to me, which was awesome. So, like, Comic-Con to me is basically my Christmas. I love Comic-Con, and I cannot wait for 2019. I'm so happy I got to see so many people, and so many people actually recognize me from Reddit and Facebook and stuff like that, and that was awesome. Some guy on the way out in New York City was like, yo, I checked out your Reddit post, I've seen you. And I was like, that's my fiance's like, you're famous. And I was like, I don't think so, but that was cool. So this was my adventure into New York City Comic-Con this year, and I've had so much fun. I don't know how I'm going to top my costume next year, so if anyone has any recommendations of what I should be next year, leave them in the comments below. Remember always to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'm going to be making more videos soon, and thank you so much for checking this video out. What's up, everybody? This is Dark Mowling, and remember, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification button so you know when my next video is released.